Dear students, welcome back to mathematics class, and in this video we are going to discuss about relative position of two circles. Relative position of two circles on a plane. So earlier we had discussed about relative position of a point with respect to a circle. I mean, let it be the circle and P be any point here, and in the situation 2 let it be the circle and P is a point here on the circle. Now in the situation 3, case 3, let it be the center and P be any interior point. So do you remember, this is a relative position, or simply a position of a point with respect to a circle. Then point can be lies in the exterior of a circle and point can be lies on the circumference of the circle, whereas in third case point can lies inside the circle. Okay, so center, these are the centers. So in this case condition is clearly CP is greater than the radius. Okay, if distance from center to that point which is greater than the radius, then we can say that the point is lies on the exterior of the circle. Whereas in this situation, now look at this one, CP is nothing but R. I mean CP is equals to radius. Hence we can say that the point P is on the circle, on the circumference, when CP is equals to radius. Whereas coming to third situation, okay, this is the CP, whereas this entire distance is the radius. So here clearly distance from center to the point, that is CP, is less than the radius, Hence we can say that the point P lies in the interior of the circle. Okay, now we are going to discuss about relative position of two circles. So earlier is a point and a circle. Now when two circles are given to us, then what are the possible situations here? Okay, so situation number 1, I mean before that let us assume, let C1 comma C2 be the centers of two circles, and also small d is the distance between their centers, whereas R1 comma R2 are the radii of two circles respectively, of these two circles. Okay, so C1 and C2 be the centers of two circles, and R1 comma R2 are the radii of those two circles, and finally D is the distance between their centers. Okay, now situation 1, two circles two circles lies away from each other. Away from each other. So this is the one of the possibility when we study about the relative position of two circles. I mean circle 1 and let it be the circle 2. Its center C1, its radius R1. And similarly, let C2 be the center of the second circle and R2 be the radius of second circle. So these are the two circles. Now what we can say about their position, relative position? One circle lies away from the other circle. So here the condition is clearly, see, distance between C1 C2 will be more than R1 plus R2. Isn't it? C1 C2 which is greater than R1 plus R2. Or else what we considered distance between centers we considered as D, no? So if D is greater than R1 plus R2, I mean distance between the centers is greater than sum of their radii, then we can say that the two circles are lies away from each other. Okay. Next, position number 2. Two circles intersect externally. So this is the second possible situation. Circle 1 and let it be the circle 2. They can even touch externally, no? So look at the condition here. C1 and C2 are the centers. And this is nothing but radius 1, whereas this distance is radius 2. Now can you guess the condition for two circles to touch externally? So very simple, C1 C2. Distance between the centers is equals to R1 plus R2. Okay, that is D is equals to R1 plus R2, which is the condition to declare that two circles intersect externally. Okay, next, third position, position number 3. They can even intersect internally. Condition number 3, intersecting. Sorry, do not say intersect here. What it is? Two circles touch each other externally. Touch each other externally. Now here, touch each other internally. Touch each other internally. Okay, ma'am. So try to get the condition here. Circle number 1 and let it be the circle number 2. Both are intersecting internally. So let it be the, let it be the center 1 and let it be the center 2. Now can you guess the condition if the two circles touch each other internally? So the distance between these two centers, or else you can take center 1 here also. This could be, you can understand very easily now. The condition is D is equals to modulus of R1 minus R2, isn't it? So this is radius 2, whereas this is radius 1, R1 and R2. The condition is D is equals to if it is center 1, this everything is the radius 1, isn't it? This whole distance is radius 1, whereas center 2 is this, no? So this distance is nothing but R2. So R1 minus R2, or better can take in this way. This part is R2. Now you can understand very clearly. Now to get this distance, whole distance minus this one, that is whole R1 minus this part is R2. So difference of R1 minus R2 gives you the distance between the centers. Hence the condition for two circles to touch each other internally is distance between the centers D is equals to difference between their radius, modulus of R1 minus R2. Next, position number 4. What is that? Number 4. Two circles intersect each other. Intersect each other. So can you guess this condition? Circle 1 and let it be the circle 2. Okay, center 1, center 2. This is radius 1, radius of the first circle, whereas this is radius of the second circle. So if two circles intersect each other, then the distance between their centers is less than sum of the radii and is more than difference of the radii. So this is what we can also write, that D lies between modulus of R1 minus R2 to R1 plus R2. Condition for two circles to intersect. And last but not the least one, that is position number 5. So one circle lies completely inside the other circle. So see here, one circle lies completely inside of other circle. So let it be the first circle, let it be the second circle. Center 1, radius 1, center 2 and radius 2. Can you guess the condition here? Here, distance between centers C1, C2 will be less than the difference between radii. That is, D less than R1 minus modulus of R1 minus R2. Okay, ma? So, when we study about relative positions of two circles in a plane, then there exist 5 possibilities. 5 possibilities. number one, I mean relative position. What could be the position when we try to compare the two circles? So the two circles can be lies, I mean away from each other. So one circle, another circle. Both the circles are what we say, do not meet each other, do not touch each other, do not intersect each other. So instead of that, better to use the terminology that one circle lies away from the other circle. And the condition is, what is the condition here? D should be greater than R1 plus R2. And coming to the second position, two circles can can touch each other externally. Two circles can touch each other externally. Here the condition is D is equals to R1 plus R2. And third one, two circles can touch each other internally also. They can touch externally or they can touch internally. If they touch internally, then distance between the centers is equals to modulus of difference between their radii. And position number 4, two circles can intersect each other. They can intersect at two distinct points. Okay, then the condition is C1, C2 is lies between their difference of the radius and sum of the radius. And finally, position number 5, that is one circle may lie completely inside the other one. Then the condition is D is less than modulus of R1 minus R2. Okay, so these are the 5 conditions we can study when we compare the position of two circles. Okay. Next, note this point, everybody. Note, two circles touch each other internally or externally. So two circles, they may touch internally or externally. The point of contact and their centers are collinear. I mean, if it is first circle, let it be the second circle. They touch each other externally, and this is the center 1, center 2, and P lies, that is point of contact, lies on the line joining of C1, C2. Hence, centers and the point of contact are lies on the same line. I mean, they are collinear. And not only if they touch each other externally, even if they touch each other internally also. Okay, now this is the point of contact and says C1 and this is C2. Even though the line joining of C1, C2 passes through the point of contact. Isn't it, ma? Passes through the point of contact. So they are collinear. So please remember that when the two circles are touch each other, either internally or externally, then the line joining of centers will be passing through the point of contact. I mean, centers and the point of contact lies on the same line, hence they are collinear. And look at the one more point in this note, second point. See, if two circles touch each other, if two circles touch each other, then tangent of circle 1 tangent of C1, I mean circle 1 at a point of tangency at a point of tangency of circles is also a tangent to the other circle, which is C2. I mean, see, when the circles are touch each other externally, now this is the tangent of circle 1 at the point of tangency P. Now this tangent is not only a tangent of circle 1, even it is also the tangent of circle 2. And not only in the case that when they touch each other externally, even if you consider they touch each other internally also, this is. Now let it be the tangent of a circle 1 drawn at a point of tangency is also the tangent of other circle also. Okay, ma? So now that particular tangent, I mean particular this line is not only the tangent of circle 1, is also a tangent of second circle. Hence here this so-called tangent is considered as a common tangent. Considered as a common tangent, since it is the tangent of both the circles. Tangent of both the circles, that's what, which can be considered as a common tangent. Okay, and in the next video, my dear, we are going to discuss detailedly about regarding common tangents and types of common tangents, as well as number of common tangents. Okay, thank you.